Hello, my Leos, and welcome to your June reading. This is Maria from Wandering River Tarot here. I want to say thank you to everyone who's new around here. I appreciate you stopping by, and hopefully you like what you see. I want to say thank you to everyone who has stuck with me all this time and who has supported me throughout. I'm also going to start doing readings on Fiverr, so I'll have a link to that below. It looks like a real slick, easy way to get readings. So I'm going to try that out for a while I try to figure out my website situation because it's still fighting me. Other than that, I don't have much to say. Just thanks for being here and I love you. So I've got everything all dealt out. Let's get into it, shall we? So, my Leos, your energy of the month of June is going to be King of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Knight of Pentacles. Let's start it off on the right foot here. Knight of Pentacles. That is possibly... it could mean money because pentacles represent money and earthly things. So there could be a new job coming, a new house, a new car, something like that that's tangible and you can touch it. Also, the Knight of Pentacles could just be an incoming sort of feeling of stability. It could also just symbolize movement in your situation. So this is going to be one of those readings that's like all over the place because I'm reading for like 10 different groups of people. So knights are slow, or knights. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. And so whatever movement you are hoping for, expecting is happening is going to be slow, but steady, and it's going to be long lasting. So it's not going to be that energy of in and out. It's going to stick around for a while, whatever that is for you. I also drew one of these Animalkin Oracle cards, and for the month of June, your energy for that is protection, a little bear there. So whatever protection means to you, it could be doing protection spells, it could mean wearing a little protection mojo bag or sigil or something. It could, I'm getting like cleansing and clearing of your house. Maybe you got some stuck, stagnant, yuck energy around there that you need to get rid of. Whatever protection looks like to you is what you should do in the month of June. So there you have it. All right, your personal energy this month is the Wheel of Fortune. Woo! Wheel of Fortune is lucky energy. It's good energy. It's moving energy. So whatever situation this Knight of Pentacles represents in your life, I feel like you're getting a little push forward right now, or since it's your personal energy, you're making shit move forward, which is always a good place to be. The energy working on you this month is the Queen of Pentacles. Doesn't she look so regal, that little crow there? Queen of Pentacles is someone who's kind of got it all together on the home front a lot of the times I see. It is kind of the domestic goddess, if you will. All the bills are paid. The house is clean. All the kids have lunch boxes ready to go in the morning. That sort of energy, it's like taking care of all of those earthly things. So with this Knight of Pentacles, again, whatever this thing is that's coming into your life, that's moving slow, I feel like the energy that's working on you this month is supporting that, because it's also an energy of stability. You have a couple of different cards that represent stability here, so I feel like that's a good thing. Like I've been saying in all the other readings, like the astrology is just so wild lately that I feel like all of us kind of feel like the rug has been pulled out from under us for a while, and I think that you're kind of working to get that stable feeling back, so that's a good place to be. So in your near past, you have the Hermit. So I think you, my Leos, my shining stars, I think some of you have kind of taken a break from the limelight, if you will, taken a break from being out there amongst the humans, and sort of gone inside and done some soul searching and tried to figure some things out, trying to figure out kind of what you want in life, where you want to go, what direction you're headed in next, that sort of thing. And I feel like that has served you well here. We have in your near future, we have the Six of Pentacles. This is another kind of card of stability, sort of. It represents equal give and take. It also can represent having enough to be able to help others. So whatever your Knight of Pentacles situation represents in your life, I feel like it's going to become it's going to come to a place where you feel balanced. You feel like you've got enough to go around. You feel like you can help other people. You feel like everything is kind of where it needs to be, is kind of how it feels to me. So I feel like that's a good thing. After all that soul searching you did, I feel like you're getting to a good place here where you've got enough in the coffers, so to speak, to be able to help others. So what the universe is giving you in this situation that's helping you is the King of Swords. And I noticed that giant Saturn symbol up at the top there. The King of Swords is, with the Saturn symbol sticking right out in my face, it feels like it's kind of a taskmaster energy. Like you are able to keep yourself on task, on track, get the shit done. You're able to make the decisions that are going to move the thing forward. And that is the energy that the universe is handing you, that's helping you in the month of June. So that's a good thing. Sometimes, you know, especially when the astrology is kind of you need to be able to just make clear decisions, make the choices that move stuff forward, as opposed to just kind of sitting in the energy and kind of being tossed around by it. So I feel like that's the energy that the universe is giving you, is the energy to be able to make the decisions. Sorry, my stomach is growling. Hopefully you can't hear that on camera. That's gross. The energy to be able to make the decisions that are going to propel you forward, as opposed to just getting tossed around by what's going on. The energy within you that's working is the Four of Swords. Just legs up dead. I'm kidding. I mean, that's just what this card is. I got this card in another reading, and I don't know why it makes me laugh. That's horrible. It's a dead crow. It shouldn't make me laugh. It is the energy of taking a break, of knowing when you need to stop, when you need to take some time for yourself. And that's going to serve you this month because, like I said, the astrology has been kind of wild. I think it's going to continue to be wild. We're moving into eclipse season. It's crazy business. So just the ability to know when you need to stop and do some self-care, that's within you, that's helping you this month. So that's a good thing. What the universe wants you to know is the Eight of Cups. This is a card of, it has the same sort of energy as the Six of Swords, which is moving kind of from a bad place to a better place. But in this card, in the regular Rider-Waite Tarot, this guy is actively walking away. He is choosing to move away from one thing and go to another. So whatever's going on in your life, whatever this Knight of Pentacles represents, whatever movement he represents in your life, you're choosing to move from one thing to another, from one job to another, from one, you know, I feel like a lot of you are going to school somehow. So you're doing a giant career change. There's a lot of energy just of, there's a lot of cards of wanting stability here, of looking for stability, but there's also a lot of cards of movement. And so I think choosing to move on to whatever it is that your greener pasture looks like is going to be, it's going to be good for you. It's going to lead to that stability that you're looking for, but for a little while it's going to, meh. You know, change is always hard, especially when you're the one choosing it, because then you're like, well, it's all my fault. You have nobody to blame but you, right? which is hard sometimes. So I think it's going to be a good change. It's going to be a big change, but it's going to be a good change. And so it's going to lead to that stability that you're looking for. So the universe wants you to know that it's a-okay to walk away from something that's not working and towards something better. You're going to be fine. What's working for you is the Seven of Swords. Now, this is normally a card of the sneaky snake. It's the card of the liar, the cheat, and the thief. But I don't think that that is what you are, my Leos. I think what this is trying to tell you, since it's in the what's working for you position, is just that kind of whatever you're doing, whatever things you're working on, if it is going to school, if it is changing jobs, whatever that might be for you, changing relationships, whatever you're moving away from towards something better, I feel like this card is telling you to kind of keep it on the down low. It's a sneaky card, but it can also be a card of like keeping secrets. And so I feel like the universe is kind of trying to tell you, don't shout this stuff from the rooftops until it's kind of done, right? While you're in the process might be a little messy. You might have some things to figure out, some things to work out. You might have to pivot and change plans a little bit. So you don't want to, you know, tell everybody in the world that I'm going to go to school and I'm going to be a doctor. And then suddenly you change and decide to be a mechanical engineer or something. You know, you're making a change, you're making a big change. And so wait to tell everyone in the world about it until you've got all the details figured out and you're on the path and you're down the road. So that's, I think, what that is telling you. What's working against you is justice. I feel like you're having a hard time making a decision, or for some of you, this could be a literal court case that is being decided against you, or it's going a little bit rough. So let me get a clarifier on that. Let's talk to Santa Muerte and see what she's got to say about that card there. If I could get one. It's humid today. The cards are all sticking together. We have the Star. So you're wishing for something. You're wishing hard for something. You want it deep down in your very soul, but there's a decision that needs to be made to get you there that you're not making. You're kind of leaving it in the universe's hands instead of doing the work that you need to do to make it happen. Whatever that looks like for you. I would urge you to make the decision because the universe really can't help and put in the energy. This shirt is annoying me. I might have to change it. Can't really help and put in the energy until you do the footwork in the physical realm, right? Like you have to, if it is looking for a job, you have to put out the applications. You have to, we're going to school or whatever. You have to fill out all the paperwork. You have to do the essay. You have to, get all of your paperwork from high school together, all that stuff. So if you don't do that kind of work in the 3D, the universe can't help you out in the ethers where the universe does its work, right? So I feel like all the wishing and hoping and praying for whatever this is to change in the world isn't going to happen until you actually do the walking away from whatever it is. More importantly, whatever it is that you're walking towards, you need to do the work to make it happen. So I kind of feel like that's why justice is working against you. Like I said, some of you, it is a court case that's not going so well. And some of you, it's just going to be that you need to make a decision. You need to make a move towards what you want. Your outcome card for the month of June is the 10 of Swords. It's straight shit. Well, your outcome is straight shit. So let's get a clarifier to... I hate leaving it at straight shit. I feel like the 10 of Swords can be betrayal, but I feel like in this case, it's just that you're just fucking done with something. Someone or something. It could be whatever this is that you're walking away from. You're just fucking done. And that might be the decision that you need to make here with your Justice card and your Star. Let me get it on camera. Hey. You might just, by the end of the month, you might just be like, fuck it. I am just making the damn decision. And that's going to lead to your sense of balance. Temperance. Okay, so you're just fucking done with feeling like shit, honestly, is kind of what it seems like. Whatever this is that you're walking away from maybe is making you not feel so great. And that you're not making the decision about it. You're not doing the work on it. You're not propelling it forward, right? Like you might have mentally made the decision that this is what I'm going to do, but you haven't taken the steps to actually move away from whatever it is you're moving away from. I feel like at the end of the month here, you're going to get tired of feeling unbalanced and like shit. You're going to get tired of it and you're going to say, fuck that. You're going to walk away from what you need to walk away from. You're going to take the steps to walk towards what you want to walk towards. And that's going to lead to this, which is your near future, which is the Six of Pentacles, which is that card of balance. Temperance is also a card of balance, right? So you're trying to get back to that place of like feeling okay, feeling like the world is not topsy-turvy, feeling like you're maybe on level ground instead of living in an earthquake all the time. So I think that's going to help you when you get to that point by month's end where you're like, fuck it. You're going to be done with whatever you need to walk away from. You're going to take giant leaps towards what you need to move towards. And that's going to be a good thing because that's going to move you forward, my pets. So let's do oracle cards, shall we? First one I have is the Wizard of Awareness. So he tells us to be aware of, and he's kind of an esoteric being, right? So I feel like in this case, he's telling us to be aware of how our actions in the 3D affect the 5D. Like I was saying, the universe can't help you out there in the ethers unless you help yourself here on Earth. So do the things that you need to do. Be aware of how your actions or lack thereof are affecting your situation. We also have Moonlight, which I feel like is hidden things in your case. Ferret those out. In this situation that you're trying to leave from, or the situation you're trying to go to, do your research. Make sure that the school that you're going to is the one for you. Make sure that the person that you're moving towards is the one for you. Make sure that the job you're moving towards is the one for you. Do your due diligence, do your research, poke around and find all those hidden things, and make sure that you're making a good choice. We have Dragon's Lair, which in your case, I feel like means hoard your resources a little bit. Don't be so loving and sharing, and that sounds horrible. Be loving and sharing, but don't be so loving and sharing, if that makes sense. I would say, you know, if you're normally a person that donates a ton of money to charity, hold back just a little bit for a little while until you figure all this out and do all this research and make the decision and start moving in the direction you want to go. If it's that you buy your friends dinner all the time, maybe stop that for just a limited amount of time. Like, I'm not saying forever. I'm just saying for the month of June, hold on to your resources, specifically money, a little tighter than you normally would, just until you get this whole situation figured out of what walking away from this one thing and towards the other thing looks like, what it's going to cost, what it's going to take, that kind of thing. So that's what I have for those. I am going to draw, or I did draw one more card from the, what are you? The Wild Offering Oracle. It's a little God and Jesus heavy, but don't throw away the entire message because they're good messages. They're just from the point of a Christian person, right? So yours is companionship. When you fully bless and embrace your aloneness, you're ready for the ones who are meant to be with you. May I welcome this solitude, knowing it will open the way for all healthy relationships. Well, shit. I feel like the universe just called my ass out, and I'm not even a Leo. All right. So I feel like if you are going through a relationship situation, and I feel like this can apply to jobs and school too. So like when you create that vacuum, like you're moving away from something that's not working towards something better, when you create that vacuum, like take away the old thing, kind of sit with the still weird in between place where you're single, you're not employed. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts my soul. Or you're not going to school, you're not doing anything. Don't stay there for God's sake, but sit there for a second, and it's not a terrible place because that's where decisions are made. That's where things are figured out, right? So you're like, okay, you've made the decision in your head. I'm leaving this job. Now, even though you haven't actually put in your notice, you haven't actually left yet, you're still kind of in this weird limbo place because it's like, okay, I'm leaving this job, but where am I going? Be okay in that limbo place because that's where you're going to get a little bit of that anxiety, a little bit of that thinking that's going to propel your mind forward. You're going to make the decisions, you're going to find the solutions, you're going to do all those things in kind of that middle limbo place. Also, it can literally, like if you are single and sad about it, just realize that this place where you are, where you're alone, is where you figure out all of your shit you need to heal because you have nothing to distract you and take up your time aside from just sitting with yourself, which sometimes is very uncomfortable, but it's necessary. So you're going to be able to think through all the things that you need to heal. You're going to be able to clean up your life, if that makes sense, enough to the point where you're going to draw in a person that's going to be compatible with where you're at in life, as opposed to if you're like all broken and needy, you're going to draw in a person who's broken and needy, and that's going to be a train wreck, right? So that's what I got for you, my Leos. It's a month of making some decisions and doing some thinking. That's what that is. So whatever your Knight of Pentacles is that's a-coming, I hope it gets here quickly. And remember to do your protection. All right, that's all I got. Thank you for being here, and I hope you have a splendid month of June. I hope all this goes well for you, and I hope to see you in July. Thank you.